don't know what the world's coming to. There was a time when you got a decent breakfast before they chucked you out of the cells.
There's still no sign of Mandy. What do you think's happened to her?
Well, maybe she put one on the custody officer this morning. That never goes down well.
What? She wouldn't.
Oh, you've missed Ezra and the crowd. They're driving back already.
What they were keeping you in, then?
Just sorting out bail conditions. Don't want a passport, I reckon I'm going to skip the country.
They can't do that, can they?
Well, I won't need a passport for where we're going, will I?
No, that's true. Well, don't worry about it, Mandy. I'll sort it out. I'll bring your passport in later. All right?
I just wish it was all over. I just wish he was home and safe.
I'm sure he will be by the end of the day.
Supposing the kidnappers are watching Home Farm. Supposing they know you're here.
We've taken every precaution.
If they know I've involved the police, they'll kill him.
They want the money just as much as you want your brother back. Now, as long as you seem to be following their instructions, he'll be safe.
I wish I could be sure of that.
I realise what a difficult time this is for you, Miss Tate. But at least we know what we're dealing with now. Until that ransom note came in, we had nothing to go on.
As far as I'm concerned, they're welcome to the money. As long as they let go of Chris.
That's why we need to be watching every move. They may try and get you or the money without giving anything in exchange. Now, DC Lau will be fixing you with a personal mic. Don't worry. We won't do anything to endanger your safety or your brother's. But if something seems to be going wrong, we need to be able to move quickly.
Thought you'd be home by now. You had the night shift, didn't you?
Yeah, it's some traffic on the Connaughton Road. Digging up them cables again.
Oh, thought they'd sorted that a few months back. Hey, it might be the boys in blue. Keep it to yourself, but Zoe's had a ransom note. Looks like things will be moving today.
Your Angie on the case, is she?
No. All down to CID now.
They must be pretty confident they'll nab them.
Sounds like it. Funny how they can always find the manpower when there's a millionaire involved.
I'd like to spend a few minutes with my nephew now, if that's all right.
Yes, of course.
Do you want me to leave you two alone?
No. Whatever happens, I'm relying on you to keep things as normal as possible for Joseph.
We're planning on going to the play park later.
Good idea. Hey. I'm going to see your daddy today, and I hope that I will bring him back with me later. So you be a good boy for Claudia, eh? I'll be home as soon as I can.
Don't worry, Zoe. I'm sure the police have got everything covered. It's going to be all right.
It has to be.
Where have you been?
I had to work last night.
I was worried. I thought you were supposed to take me back to Zoe today.
Beginning to have second thoughts about that.
What do you mean?
Well, look at the state of you. Unwashed, unshaved, and you don't smell too good. Zoe's a sensitive girl. It'd be too much of a shock for her to see you like that. So I've decided on a change of plan.
What are you doing?
I'm going to give you a wash and brush up. Oh, did you think I was going to kill you? Well, you never know, do you? Of course, we both hope it won't come to that. And it won't, if your sister's been sensible. Zoe follows my instructions, you'll be having a tearful reunion today. You like that, wouldn't you, Chris?
You know I do.
Shame. I was hoping you'd miss our little chats. I've quite enjoyed us getting to know each other. Still, all good things must come to an end, sooner or later.
Everything all right?
Oh, no, better for you asking. Imagine the shame of it. The whole family getting stuck in and...
Yeah, well, Dad, I couldn't help it. Emily don't want me fighting anymore. And she said she was right proud of what I did.
Well, it's a good job she weren't coaching Churchill in '39, then. Huh? She could have been proud of the whole country on its knees.
Don't take it to heart, Butch. By the time he's told that story a few times, all he'll remember is how many people he decked with one punch.
Anyway, I had a great day. Probably the best time I've had in years. In fact, I'm going to have to see the crime man if I have the photos for the album.
And we've still got the honeymoon to look forward to.
Oh, thanks for reminding me. I'm going to dig my duffel coat out. It's supposed to be cold in Scarborough this time of year.
Scarborough. But it's supposed to be a surprise, isn't it? The trouble is, one of her bail conditions is surrendering her passport. And I'm supposed to be taking it in later, but I'm planning on losing it.
Nice. Well, by the time they realise what's going on, she'll probably be home anyway, so...
Right, I'm going to phone the police station now and tell them I can't find it.
Hello?
Change of arrangements. Phone box, Rublesfield Cross. Be there 11:45 or the deal's off.
Why is he changing everything?
In case we've got the Connelton Road under surveillance.
Then he knows you're involved.
He doesn't know anything. He's just being careful, same as we are. All you have to do is to follow instructions. Leave the rest to us.
I think I better start getting ready.
Good luck.
Thanks. I'll need it.
I'm Veronica Tudor, the welfare officer in this case. I'm sure we all have Alice's best interests at heart.
That's why I'm here, to protect them. She just won't accept Alice needs to see her real mother.
We're all adults. I'd like to think we could come to some sort of agreement here. It will make things easier when you go and see the judge later on.
I'm willing to compromise. She won't give an inch.
It's not true.
OK, then let me take Alice for the Christmas holidays. At least everyone could see if she enjoys life in Australia.
Typical. I take Alice to school all term, you give her a sunshine holiday so you can say it proves she has more fun with you.
You're just twisting everything.
After all she's done, how can I trust her to take Alice to the other side of the world? How could I be sure she'd ever bring her back again?
She never misses a chance to bring up my past.
I take it you have no objection to Elsa having reasonable access in this country. Her husband's working in London at the moment, so it would be an ideal opportunity.
I think Alice's life, her routines have been disrupted enough. What she needs is some stability, not to be passed around like a parcel.
I told you, she won't give an inch.
You two are the most important people in Alice's life. Now, the last thing she needs is to watch you fighting over her. If you can't reach a compromise, I'm afraid the judge will have to make the decisions for you.
What?
You must have played hide and seek with Chris when you were kids.
Afraid you'll get your designer clothes a bit dirty, but it's all in a good cause.
What do I have to do?
200 yards down the road there's a bridge. Underneath it there's a package.
Better find it quick or you'll lose the game.
He's certainly putting her through it.
Market Street car park.
There's a bin by the seat with a blue carrier bag in it. I take the keys out of the bag and put the money in. The keys are for a van. Chris will be in the van, and there'll be a note to say where it's parked.
Foxtrot Tango 3 to all units. Looks like Market Street car park could be the rendezvous. Proceed as per briefing, but I must emphasise again, extreme caution. If our boy smells a jack, we've blown it. Right, let's go.
How did it go in court?
I've got to give Elsa reasonable access. She'll be taking Alice to London this weekend, collecting her after school.
It's just a weekend, Kathy. You know, sometimes I'm quite glad to get rid of my brood for a while. Gives me a chance to catch up on all the chores I've been putting off.
It's not right, though, Sarah. I'm the one who's looked after her when she's been ill, helped her through her first days at school, taught her to tie a shoelace. How can a judge who doesn't really know her tell me what's best for her?
Red van, top of the car park. It's not him. He's not here.
Are you all right?
Of course I'm not. I thought it was Chris. I thought he was dead.
I'm sorry this has been an ordeal for you.
What went wrong? I did everything you said. Why haven't we got Chris back?
I'm not sure anything did go wrong. Is this how you found it?
The dummy fell forward. When I touched it, I pulled it upright.
But you didn't touch anything else?
No.
It's been quite a morning for you, for all of us. I suggest you go home, get yourself cleaned up. I'll give you some time to recover, and then we can discuss how the investigation will proceed.
There you go.
Cheers, Johnny.
Weren't expecting to find you behind the bar day after your wedding.
Said I'd fill in for an hour while Bernice got something to wear for her first licensed victualler's do. Mind you, I might be needing the money to pay off my fine.
Yeah, well, let's just hope it is a fine this time. Don't want them to put you away again, do we?
Well, I'm gonna smile sweet at the beak and let's hope he feels sorry for a newlywed.
You can dream.
Well, whatever happens, I'm not gonna worry about it till after my honeymoon.
I phoned the surgery. Told them you wouldn't be in this afternoon. You're not up to it, Zoe. You look exhausted.
Thanks. I don't feel ready to face people yet. You didn't say why?
Just that you weren't well. Paddy was fine about it. He's got the locum there to help him.
I really believe we're going to get Chris back today. Couldn't wait to see his face. This place means so much to me, he doesn't even know I've got it back yet.
Hey, you mustn't give up hope.
What Inspector Spaulding says. He thinks this was always supposed to be a trial run that will get Chris back next time.
Let's hope he's right.
He's playing with my brother's life. If we do get another chance, I'm going to do things very differently. You'll be going to London with Elsa for the weekend. That's a nice surprise, isn't it?
Thought we were going shopping.
Oh, you'll still get your new shoes, but Elsa will buy them. Try and make sure she chooses something sensible. I don't think she realises how quickly fashion shoes get worn out in the playground.
Am I going to a house?
No, her house is in Australia. You'll be staying in a hotel. The welfare officer thought it might be a good idea for you to get to know Elsa's new family.
What's a welfare officer?
She's a lady who works for the court. She's there to help you.
And do you have to do what she says?
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose I do. Come on.
Well, it doesn't look like you're going home now. Certainly not today, maybe never. I may be forced to kill you after all.
What went wrong? If it's the money...
Of course it's not about the money! This was never about money! That'd be too easy. You and Zoe can always lay your hands on some cash. It's your way of solving everything.
Just tell us what you want!
Justice! I never expected you to understand. You're not exactly sensitive. But I thought Zoe was different. I thought she'd realise that I only wanted what was right, but she let me down too.
What do you mean?
I told her not to bring the police, but there they were, trying to hunt me down like a stupid little criminal. I'm not a criminal. And I'm definitely not stupid!
Yeah, well, just what are you?
Do you know, that's the saddest part. I'd hoped you might have worked that out by now. That you're too obsessed with yourself. Saving your own skin. You've never really thought about what brought us both here together, have you?
OK, I'm selfish and stupid. So you'll have to tell me what this is all about.
Read the Bible, do you, Chris?
Not often.
Pity. They were quite keen on it in some of the institutions I've stayed in. Luke, chapter 15 might give you a clue. I'll leave you to think about it.
You'll be pleased to know we've recovered the money intact. I had officers watching for a while, but no one turned up to collect it. So, we're all ready to go next time.
You seem very confident there will be a next time.
I've got no doubt of it.
The kidnapper said no police. We ignored that. That might have signed my brother's death warrant.
I can understand how you feel, but with respect, that's an emotional response. I have to be practical about this. The kidnapper's already risking a long jail sentence. Add murder, and it'd be life. Now, without Mr. Tate, he'd be risking all that for nothing. He'll want his money.
I hope you're right.
Now, we're ready to go as soon as you tell us he's tried to contact you again.
Well, you're monitoring my calls and my mail. You'll probably know before I do.
But like you said, he knows we're on the case. He may try and find some other way of contacting you.
I'll let you know if he gets in touch with me.
Thanks for your cooperation, Miss Tate.
Hiya. This must be Shane.
Yep.
I thought Alice was going to meet your husband.
He's still in London. The chauffeur's brought Shane up. Isn't Alice ready yet?
I thought you came in for some tea first.
We've not got time. We've got so much on this weekend. We've got a really tight schedule.
Come on, Alice, get your bag.
We're taking her ice skating in the morning.
Alice can't skate.
Well, don't worry, I've booked her a lesson with a professional. Then it's riding in the afternoon and a show in the evening.
Well, I hope you're not going to get her too overexcited.
She'll love it. Come on, Alice.
Hey, wait a minute. You sure you've packed everything?
Well, if she hasn't, we'll buy her new.
Have a lovely time, sweetheart.
This is Shane, your brother. He's got you a present.
Cool. Come on.
See you, Kathy.
Joseph's nearly asleep if you want to go and say goodnight.
Thanks. Are you going out this evening?
It depends. Thought you might need some company.
I'd appreciate it. There is something else you can do for me. We're waiting for the kidnapper to make contact again. I don't think he'll phone the house. He knows the police are onto it, but he might try to get a message to me another way. Via you, maybe. If that does happen, I want you to come straight to me. Don't say anything to the police.
Are you sure that's wise?
They've just messed things up so far. Spaulding seems convinced it's about money, but after the break-in at Chris's and the vandalism at the haulage yard, I think it goes much deeper than that. We're dealing with someone with a grudge, a lot of hate.
Which is a good reason to have the police with you. Well, you could be in danger too.
I'm ready to take that risk. I think it's the only way I'll ever get Chris out of this.
You worked it out, yeah?
You need to give me another clue.
There's lots of interesting things in here. Are you sitting comfortably? Then I'll begin. And today's lesson is Luke 15, verses 16 and 17. And he would fain have filled his belly with the husks that the swine did eat, and no man gave unto him. And when he came to himself, he said, How many hired servants of my father's have bread enough and to spare? And I perish with hunger. I think the penny's finally starting to drop. I could have made it easier for you. There's that bit about the sins of the fathers being visited on the sons. Yeah. That's right, Chris. Frank was my father, too. Only I never got to call him Daddy because he left my mum in the lurch. Don't you think that's a sad story? Well, maybe it'll help you understand how I feel. You're his son, and you get everything. I'm his son, and I've had nothing but grief. Now, even you must be able to see that that's just unfair.
I do, but we can make up for that now.
Can we? And what would do that best, Chris? Your money or your death? I just can't make up my mind. But one way or another, it's payback time.